Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter number 3, that would be project financing. So let us begin with the introductory part of project financing. We all know the importance of finance. Finance act as a fuel for any project which we undertake. Like we need fuel to run our vehicle and all. Similarly, finance plays the important role as fuel for running any of the projects. So we can say finance is one of the prime movers of the project, and also it is one of the biggest challenges as well. While designing a project proposal, we need to plan, we can go on to plan a project, but it should be fitting to our budget plan. So finance plays a very important role there. That is the reason we can have many of the developmental projects, but due to lack of finance we need to drop them. We drop the projects, those projects which do not fit in the budget plan of ours. So next, we can also tell that finance act as a guiding principle for many of the managers to set up parameters and to look out of these in a project. I hope all the introduction are clear. Let's begin with the objective. We would be covering 5 objectives in our discussion. Our first objective would be to develop a deeper understanding of various approaches of project financing. Second objective would be to familiarize students with the new trends in project financing. Our third objective would be to understand the exit methodology of a project funding agency and develop innovativeness in finding out ways to make a project sustainable. Our fourth objective would be to be able to figure out key parameters for feasibility of project to be funded. And our last objective, fifth objective of our discussion would be to develop analytical skills for developing a funding mechanism for a project and rationalize a sustainable revenue generation model for longevity of the project. As you can see, I have mentioned all the concepts which we are going to discuss in the form of structure of the chapter. We will be beginning with project financing model, then we'll be moving to concept number 2, that is determinants of capital structuring. Our third concept for discussion would be net present value and IRR. We would be also taking a few more methods. Then our fourth concept would be sustainable return on investment, and our fifth would be sustainability in investment case study. We would be ending with that. So let us begin with our first concept, that is project financing model. So let us have a deeper conversation on what financing models are and the reasons why we are going to look for project financing models. Okay, even before diving deeper into the project financing model, we need to understand what exactly is project finance. There is no widely accepted definition of project funding. Project funding, it is any form of borrowing to finance a project. It is made by a single purpose company or special purpose vehicle whose principal assets are constituted of that project for which funding is to be collected, and whose liability is concerned to borrowing directly or indirectly in return to a guarantee or any other form of assurance undertaking from any of the project management agencies members would also be part of it. The repayment of the investment is limited to liability of the project only. To understand here, we need to be clear of the fact as to what is the special purpose vehicle. A special purpose vehicle is providing an independent unit to the project. The project undertaken has to be disassociated with the project management agency in general. Thus, if the project fails midway, the liability won't fall upon the project management agency. Instead, the funding agency would be covered by providing salvage values of asset being held under the part of the project. There are a plethora of development projects undertaken by various development organizations, and this also takes in account of vast range of funding sources for each project. Taking in account here are a few ways to finance a project. We need to understand the reasons for project management agencies to go for project finance. Let us now have a look on the reasons to look for project financing. Our first reason would be definitely to reduce the stress of failure of the project and additional debt burden on the project management agency. Our next reason would be not to show off the depth as a part of the organization by the project management agency. Our third reason would be sharing and mitigation of risk for seemingly larger projects, as the organization itself would have funding capability, as the valuation of the project undertaken might be equivalent to the valuation of the project management agency itself. Our fourth would be limitations of the project management agency to fund the entire project on its own, or to raise the fund by its own means, as financing a huge project may be beyond the scope of project management organization. If you are not the only project management agency investing in the project and are investing on a joint venture basis, this would help the project management agency to work on a limited resource basis. I hope I have made the points clear. Like, we talked about the special purpose vehicle, and then we went on to go for looking the reasons. Now we will be having looked at benefits of project financing. It has become quite clear that in order to fund large projects with limited risk taking capabilities, the right way to approach any project is through project financing. We will now look at the ways in which we can approach project financing. So for that, we would be moving to our next slide, that is types of project financing. Let's have a look at what are the types. So let us begin with first type, that is non-resource project financing. Let us talk about some of the features of non-recourse project financing, and that would be it doesn't cover over the loan provided. There is no cover over the loan provided in case of non-resource project financing. It also depends much on the anticipated cash flow from the project. Next would be project management agency is not liable to pay off the debt, maximum debt recovery liable to selling of the project assets, and moreover, more risk associated with funding the project. Moving on to limited resource project financing. Responsibility of project management agency is limited here. If the debts owed are not covered by selling of the assets of the project, for the coverage of the loan, the assets of the project implementation agency can be sold off. Next, we would be talking now about the bonds. Bonds basically are the long-term fixed rate funding, generally cheaper than the bank loan. Actually, they are much cheaper than bank loan and provides a much longer time frame for repayment. It also helps improve project economics, much less chances of getting waivers actually. Project bond based repayment are structured to last installment being a heavy one. Next would be it mostly provided the project implementation agency with a healthy track record. Okay, let's talk about now leasing. Mostly the form of financing for heavy asset investment based project are the ones using leasing. Mostly invested in projects with minimal risk, and this process is most of the time the lease finance is done through assets owned by the lessor means the leasing agent. However, no financial risk is taken by the lessor and is entirely on the project management agency, and as a part of contingency fund needs to be set up for uncertainties by project management agency. So these were all the features of the types of projects. Now I hope all the points are clear, so we would be now moving to types of risk. These are the 4 type of risk which we are going to talk about in details. In the same manner, we are going to talk like we will be discussing the features of all the risk. Okay, let's begin with completion risk. The features here are: lenders are more happy and willing to fund projects assuring a fixed lump sum amount within a regular due date. Cost and time overruns are generally put on the project management agency to reduce the chances of delay or excessive overhead expenditures. Then we would be talking about performance. Then in completion risk, uh, performance and defect liabilities of the project would be covered either by any insurance cover or the project management agency. Here, lenders would have the right to supervise and monitor the deliverable of the project. So basically in completion risk, the lenders have the right of monitoring and supervising while the project is being delivered. So we are now going to talk about operational risk. In operational risk, the project management agency should have a proven track record of maintenance and handling of large project. It should have adequate staffing with appropriate skill set. Proper management keeps a track of operating cost overruns. Sharing and documentation of future maintenance responsibility is also a feature of operational risk. And sharing of unexpected damage cost covered by both the project management and project funding agency. I hope I have made all the points clear here. So moving on to market risk, let's talk about it. Availability of ready market for project deliverables. Next, chances of long-term agreement of price to cover up for market fluctuation of end product prices over time. Maintenance cost of a robust supply chain to be agreed upon to be shared by both the parties. So these all were the features of market risk. Let's talk about political and legal risk. Here, the nationalization of project risk occurs. Failure to get approval of requisite authorities for a particular project would be a political or legal risk. Bureaucratic red taping forcing the slowdown of the project is also one of the features of political or legal risk. Imposition of increased taxes and tariffs, changes in laws and regulation, politically motivated strikes, terrorism, laws of land under host jurisdiction, opposition of projects by communities in the vicinity of the project are some of the features which come under political or legal risk. Loss of cause of the project with the development of a project with similar outcomes in the proximity of the ongoing project is also one of the political or legal risk. So I hope all the points which come under various kind of risk are clear. Then now we would be moving to our next concept,